News coverage of the Clanbase Nations Cup, and today we're bringing you Team Austria against Team France. It's the final map of the group stage heats. We're playing Burgundy today. Today I'm commentating with Davey. Been a while.
Yo, guys.
And I think at the moment we're having a bit of problems with the server, but we're just waiting for them to ready up for the pistol bash. What do you reckon, then, Davey?
Yeah, I think pistol bash is gonna be important because yeah, you know, it's again Burgundy. Attack side, for my opinion, is easier, but we've seen some difference while we were shoutcasting, and yeah, like you said, so we did it some time ago. So guys, please, if you like what we do, press the following button, and of course I wanna always thank Ruben that is always with us here to get the stream, and I'm looking forward to the match. What do you think, Waller? Two equal teams, or do you have a favorite team?
I don't know. I think it seems a fairly equally matched, so it should be quite a close game. I mean, we saw a pretty close game last week with these Austrian guys. They played against Germany and Valente. Looks like we're going to go live for this pistol bash right now. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure who plays what on each team, so there should be some room for some variety. I'm just going to give you a quick roster rundown. On France, we've got Tuxi, Mra, Mlaz J, Willy, and Kazamo. And looks like we're gonna have to go and restart again. And then on Austria we got Milk, XX, Zodja, Jim, and Slave. Oh, and looks like they're just gonna bash anyway. Yeah, it's really funny. And yeah.
Not much going on again, it's pistol bash. Team France got the first kill, and one player of Team Austria was disconnected as well, but they still decided to just go for the pistol bash. So there are only two people left for Team Austria, and that means only one left. That is the XX, and he died as well. And now Team France can decide which side they want.
Teammates,
and they go for Alex.
Milk coming out with a really funny joke, saying Axis.
Like we already thought. First, well, the guy that wins pistol bash will take attack. And it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna be playing from here. They can go really fast B, they can hold it a bit low, but that is as well for the German side. I think what is really the key to this for Team France is that they don't let any players cross. What do you think, Weller?
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends how Austria are going to play this one, because obviously on the German side you can attack B, you know, pretty quickly, get your players across, hope for the best. But then, you know, the attack players can just switch to A, and it kind of leaves you a bit hanging out in the wind. So I mean, it depends how these Austrian players play the defence side. I'm not seeing them play much, but you know, they could be quite an aggressive A side team. So
we're not just waiting for the people of Team France to ready up. Willy is sitting in the spectate, but I think he will come soon.
Do you want to give us a prediction on this one?
I guess Austria. I play with those players, and I know there are some sick players inside. And probably because you want to be a dick again, you choose Team France.
Actually, I'm going to go with Austria as well, because I played a PCW earlier in the tournament against Team Austria, and they were pretty strong, but we still beat them. And then France, we played well, obviously, because we're amazing. But we played France last week, and they seemed pretty sort of not organised. But admittedly, this Kazamo guy didn't play, and hopefully he's going to be quite good. Let's go live for the first round. I'm going to go with the sniper Team France. That's going to be Willy. Spectate him. He's just going to spot a player on that across the smoke. He's going to go down. He's going to see that player across, but a player from his team is going to jump across in front of him, so he's not going to be able to see it. Looks like three players from France pushing in towards this B. Pretty standard tactic. Willy is going to drop Milk with that nade, though. The Austrian players haven't actually got into the site, though, and the smoke is down on that B alley. Let's switch over to Tuxi, who's pushed right down towards this A-long truck. He's just going to be sitting and waiting here for the players. The plant does go down. Kazamo is going to drop Zodja. And okay, let's switch over to Slave. two players from the Austrian team are actually pushing in towards this garage area. XX is going to drop Kazamo, that's going to leave the FC open, but Tuxi is going to get the double kill onto both of those guys as they try and push up. And it's all going to be on Jim, who's just sort of stuck in and around this empty garden with the sniper, and he's going to get shot in the back by Murat. I'm not really sure what the Austrian players were doing there. They sort of went for the cross, tried to go for the nade kills on B, and they just didn't get anyone, and then sort of
I
kind of got left in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna follow Milk. I know him, he's a pretty good player of Team Austria. Let's see what he will do. He has this big cross, so they throw out the nades, really drop Slave, a nice kill, and again they're waiting to cross. And now probably the players from Team Austria are already on the B side, and that is true. Shotgun is pushing in and Milk gets dropped by the shotgun. Let's switch over to Toxia, to Jim. He is sitting again at this MGL with the scope, and it's again a 4 versus 1, and it's a bit like solo, and that's where he got dropped again by Willy. Again a good round by France, but if you ask me, Warler, they had already first cross. Why didn't they go together for the second cross? They waited too long and died.
Yeah, they did the same thing last round. What I don't understand is, let's switch to spectate Willy this round. Just scoping out onto this cross. Looks like two of the French players have actually gone into this mid-street now. Yeah, Austrian players aren't actually going for the cross though. Willy's just going to shoot out towards that with MP44. No one from the French team is actually watching the A side right now, so they could get the push on them. XX are going to drop Tucci with the nade, and Willy does spot some players come around through that A short. He's going to toss out the nade, only going to get the tag. Slave is going to kill him, and XX is going to kill Murat. And it's all going to be on Kazamo and Melazje, who are both in this B site. Let's switch over to Kazamo right now. He's pushed in towards by the logs, in by the cart on the B site. Not seeing anyone though, but neither of them are actually watching the alley. There we go, he's just going to switch over and watch the alley. It's going to have to be something pretty special from Melazje here, because he's only got the grease gun, which isn't the most powerful gun in the world. It's just sort of a spray and hope for the best. And he's going to get dropped by such a pretty silly to peek there, but there's not really a lot you can do. And XX going to pick up the kill. And probably the first round from Austria that we've seen that's been convincing at all, Davey. They sort of haven't been doing a lot the first couple of rounds, and they switched it up there, pushed around towards the A side and got the kills.
Yeah, XX was wild there. I was specking him, and when on the moment the shotgun came behind the corner, he just instantly shot him. It was a very good shot. So I'm gonna follow him now from Austria, the XX. Let's see what he can do. He has this car and the grease gun in hand. He's just gonna check if there's someone jumping there, maybe the scope. He spotted one going to the A side, but he misses the shot. And probably that player won't watch again. Team Austria is not going for the cross. And here comes just a tag mate to get the kill to the B side. And again it's going slow, but XX to get a kill and Slave. That means it's now a 5 versus 3. Can Austria get this round as well and pull off this 2 versus 2? I'm gonna follow over with Willy. That is gonna be in the middle of the fight. Spotted the shotgun, gets shot at and needs to run away. Because he only has scope in hand. Is he gonna be able to go huge for his team at the moment? Everyone knows that he is in the sniper house. And there it comes, he misses the first shot, but the shotgun as well. He needs to get a kill now, but Zalo is helping him. And oh my god! This one of Austria just missed him, and he got a pistol kill and 44 kill. Well played by him. And oh my god, I really got to give that round to him. I really got to give the round to Willy, but it was a bit bad of Austria that they missed that, if you ask me, Warlick.
I have no idea how he didn't die there, but let's switch over to Tuxti this round. He's on the French team. He's been taking this A side. Oh no, looks like he's going to switch now towards this one house. That's just what I was going to say. The French team are actually doing that pretty deep smoke there, so he can't really do a lot, but it's pushing up pretty far, but only 2 kills going to come out from Austria. Melazje is going to kill XX, but Zodja is going to follow up onto Tuxti. Zamo's going to pick up Zodja, and Jim is going to team kill Milk. And it's going to be a 2-on-3 now. Murat is actually pushed in towards this B side. Let's switch over to him. He's got the shotgun. He's going to be pushing up the area. All 3 players from France have actually pushed into this B site. Slave, let's switch over to him. He pushed down towards this APC. He's going to tag one up on that B wall. He's got to be careful not to get pushed. There we go. Tags up a player that tries to get him, and Murat is going to pick him up with that rifle. Looks like Murat is actually going to go for the kill now. Onto Jim, but Jim's actually going away towards the APC. Ryan's going to come up behind him and probably get the kill any second now. He's going to be pushed in. Oh, he's going to bash him. There we go. Going to be the kill. And I don't know, I think Austria kind of threw that round away a bit there. They got the 2 early kills and then obviously they sort of went in on their own. Got killed, yeah. Jim killed Milk, and then Milk actually not having a very good game right now. 0-4.
Same as last round. Actually, the same thing happened. Let's follow over to Zocha. Let's see what he can do for his team at the moment. He has the shotgun in hand. And the nades are flying around. Oh, he misses the first shot and gets dropped by Militia. Team Austria, their aim need to go a bit up if they want to get some more rounds. Let's switch over to the XX. That is here in this BN. He tagged up 2 times with the pistol and is alone 4 versus 1 now. What is he able to get a clutch? His team desperate wants this clutch. He hears him behind him but gets dropped. And if you ask me, Warlord, Team Austria is not playing like they should play. They're missing their shots like they always hit, and I don't know what's wrong with them at the moment.
Well, France are very, very aggressive in towards this middle garden. Looks like Kazama's actually timed out for the French team. That's not good. But I was expecting to see a pretty balanced game, but you know, Austria just aren't working together at all and absolutely dominating. I mean, the French actually dominated them. Switch over to Malasja. He's actually holding this A side. He's going to get tagged up from that A long. Austria have actually switched their smoke on that middle street. He's going to drop Wooly. That's going to be the sniper down 14 France. Jim is going to drop Kazama as well, although he's AFK, so it's not really the most complex of frags. And looks like the Austrian players have actually crossed, so they've got this B site, and the A players from Austria have actually pushed up pretty far. That's pretty good defense. Slave is going to pick up Toksti and Malasja, but going to get dropped by Murat, who's actually on his own on this APT. He's got the shotgun, but he does have the pickup. That Car 98, so he's going to have the power to get the kills right now. He's going to pick up the kill onto Slave. He's going to hear another player around behind that wall. Probably going to go for the rush though. He's got to be careful though, because that player is actually covered from the back. Oh no, he's actually gone the wrong way. Murat's actually run all the way towards this A. Zodid does actually have the cross though, and XX has pushed around towards him because I'm actually finally going to get kicked. Although, if there is a player for France that can do this right now, it's definitely Murat. He's currently 8-2, top in the server. Going to push around behind the spawn house. He's going to hear that player drop down. That's going to be XX, but XX does actually know where he's coming from, and he's going to pick up the kill. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit unfortunate there for France. I kind of feel, had Kazama been alive, they would have had a pretty better defence on the middle, but you know, as it was, he died, so...
Wasn't lucky that they had a 999 player. I think Team Austria knew it and just went for the A push fast.
Yeah, well, I think they actually knew that Kazama was going B, so they actually crossed and got into the bomb, so that kind of shut France's round down a little bit. But, yeah, I'm very strong from France right now, I think. I mean, they're definitely in control of this game. I think unless Austria can really go with a 4-man push around towards this A side, shut down Tuxchi, and just, you know, get in and try and possibly kill Willy before they can do a lot of damage towards the guys that are holding middle. I think France are going to run away with this one, Davey, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree on that. France playing very, very well. But yeah, you know what it is as well? We have saw some shots of Austria that they normally hit and now miss. Like versus Team Germany, they hit at everything. And now they're just missing a lot of stuff. Like that part in the snipe house that should have been their round, you know? And then the round that they had 2 fast kills. And they just went missing in and all died. If you count those 2 rounds in favor of them, what they should have won, they would have been in front, you know?
Yeah, it's just silly mistakes right now, I think, is holding Austria back. And if they can get rid of those, if Milk can actually pick up some kills, then maybe they might actually get in this one. Looks like Grocken's going to come back. So we shouldn't be waiting too long.
I can't say it's all Austria's fault because Team France is just playing good as well. They're just getting the shots and they do having great tactics. Always on this B side. Only last round they weren't then. Maybe because they had 199 and 128, I don't know. But for the rest they're playing really good, you know. Having this A side really good covered. The scope is playing good. So I think it's looking good for Team France at the moment.
Yeah. Well, let's spectate XX right now in this round when it finally gets going. Because I think he's been the telling factor in the 2 rounds that Austria have actually got. Every time that they managed to pick up those kills, it's been him that's making them. So him that's making the entry kills, getting them in towards the site. So like we can ready up, but Austria have been a bit slow here. Probably talking between themselves about what they just want to do. I don't see any of them running around, so they might be AFK. Raub was not happy because they're taking too long.
So again, I want to say, guys, if you like what we do, we always can use some more followers. Because let's make this Call of Duty 2 again famous for the old school players and for the new players that are coming. We can always use some more players, you know?
Yeah, well, this is a great game, and it's I don't think it deserved the life that it had, but you know. So we're gonna go live again. Spectate XX this round, so if he can make the kills. He's currently using that COD2, I think it is. Looks like they're again gonna go for this aggressive mid push. Looks like none of them are trying to get across. A lot of nades going out towards the German spawn there. Looks like Milk is gonna get killed. Gonna get kicked, sorry, and Slavy's gonna get killed by a nade. And Willie is gonna pick up kill onto Jim. That's gonna be really, really unfortunate for this Austrian team. Looks like the smoke is gonna go down and France are gonna get that bomb planted. Looks like Zodja is pushed up towards this middle garden. Let's switch over to Willie there, see if he can do the damage. He's gonna pick up the kill onto Zodja. And it's all going to be on XX, who's pushed actually into the Allied spawn house, but there's probably not a lot he can do. He gets the bash onto Kazamo. And let's see if he can pick up another kill to try and give himself a little bit of an advantage in this round. I think that the players are actually being pretty disciplined from France and holding their spots. Mara is walking around, apparently very interested in the floor. In the walls. Not a lot happening in that round. I mean, this Austrian team, they're just, I don't know what it is, they're either getting unfortunate or they're just giving the rounds away. I expect to take Jim this round, he's going to go for this fast cross. Looks like two players from Austria are actually going to get across, they're going to get full across now into this B side. It's going to be just Jim who gets across though. He's pushed right down into this side. XX is going to pick up Tuchty, but Willie's going to get the double kill onto Milk and XX. Jim is going to pick up Marat, but there's quite another player in and around that APC. Looks like the French players are actually just going to holding around this APC. All three of them are pushed up here. Slave, a little bit silly there, trying to push up, trying to make the kills. That's going to leave the A side of the map completely open now from Team Austria. Looks like Jim is going to pick up Malazde though, and Zod's going to be careful. He's going to get the kill onto Kazamo. It's all going to be a Willie who's pushed in towards this APC. He's only got the sniper in hand though. You've got to be careful because Austria have completely turned this round around, I think, Davey.
Yeah, they surely did.
He's just going to try and make these kills. Willie is actually currently top in the server right now in terms of kills, and he's probably got the lowest deaths. I know he's got some of the highest deaths in his team, but never mind about that. Marat seems confident in him, so it's like Zod and Jim are kind of covering each other here, but probably not very well. I kind of think that Zodja could get snuck up on it, they wouldn't really know about it. Willie's actually got round in towards this A site. It looks like he's going to try and go for this plant. The Austrian players are going to hear this there and immediately start to rotate. Willie is going to get that plant down though. He's not going to go for the crossback though because Jim is actually watching that, so that's pretty smart from him. But Zodja and Jim take it a little bit slowly here, working together. I would expect Willie to pick up a kill any second now if Jim sticks his head around that corner there. But he's very smartly not going to do it. Try and run away. I think they need to work together here, not try and lose the frags. Except they're both going to push in towards this site. Zodja is going to get tagged up by Willie, and he really needed to make that kill to try and win this round. They do both have automatic weapons, so he's going to have to get pretty lucky to win this round. He's going to take out Zodja with the amazing little no-scope. He's going to try and run away here, but I would expect Jim to pick up that kill, and there we go. Nice try for Willie there. It was a 1-on-3 that he had to do there, but unfortunately he couldn't just close the round out. And that's going to be a much needed round for much needed round for Austria there, Davey.
Yeah, I agree on that. Was pretty unlucky for Willie that he had to tag up.
Yeah.
But let's follow over now to Malaysia. Let's see what he can do. He is moving over to this A side. And what does he have in hand? A Thompson. He's just gonna sit and camp in this house. Because this A side can be a key, but Jim opens with a nade kill, and is Team Austria now able to get this round? Let's switch over to Jim, that is crossed at the moment for Team Austria. they can lock this side totally down. Again, they're crossbar alert, and I think they should take this round with 2 players on the B side. What do you think?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Jim, he's definitely been the telling factor. He got into that shed last round, managed to hold that off. XX pushing again though, which I don't really understand why they're doing that. They're holding the B site. Slave is going to pick up Malazzo though. It's going to be a 3-on-4 in favour of Austria. Really not sure what XX was doing there. If
Team Austria now just camps out like Jim is doing here, they're just gonna get this round, and then it's gonna be a 6-4, and they're getting this comeback. And that is pretty useful. If you have the access side and you have some more rounds, it is always useful. In the meanwhile, let's switch over to Willy for Team France with the scope in hand, playing a phenomenal match already. Spotted one behind their MG house, but he's wisely enough not peeking back. Who is that? It's Milk. And Willy spots now one into the middle garden, but he gets dropped by Toxir. Well played, good team play there. It's now a 2 versus 3. Willy spotted again Milk behind that house, and they're rotating now to this B side. Are they able to get into this B side? Jim is still there, and Zlucha is sitting in dark room. Everything is good covered. Toxir is now going through the middle street, but he got spotted. Milk is now rushing in. Is he gonna get dropped? He needs this kill. No, Zlucha gets the first kill to Toxir, and Zlucha gets the second kill. Well played by Team Austria. That's what I mean, Warlord. They had the crosses, and now it's an easy round for them.
Well, that's what I think. I mean, it's prop to Jim and Sod right now. They're definitely winning these rounds. They won a 2v5 just now, a 2v4 just now, sorry. They're definitely locking this B site down, but it's definitely XX and Slave who are just sort of dying for literally no reason on that A side. Looks like Austria probably not going to be able to get across now. Zodja going to get killed in that B alley, and France are going to go for this 4-man stack into this B side. Looks like they're just going to try and run away now. And it looks like the Austrian guys are a little bit short of ideas right now. I think that let's switch over to XX, who actually pushed right up. He's going to take out Willy. Jimmy's going to take out Malassia as well, but Tuxti is going to take out Slave in return. And it's going to take it down to a 3-on-3 now. But all 3 players from France are actually around this B site. Tuxti is going to pick out into that mid street, get tagged up by the shotgun, and going to get picked up by XX as he tries to run away. And it's all going to be on Kazamo and Marat. Marat is actually in that B site. I don't know if he has another gun. Milk is going to pick up Kazamo. Marat could do this, you know, if he makes the kill. He's going to get the kill onto Milk with that shotgun. He does have to pick up. He's going to get the kill onto XX as well. And he's working on a 1-on-3 right now. He does have that shotgun, but Jimmy's going to get the excellent shot into his face. Marat apparently not very happy about that, but neither would I if I'd just been on the receiving end of that kill.
Yeah, I just have to say that. Making 2 nice kills and then coming there, bomb, reload shot in the face. I would have been probably a bit mad.
But yeah, props to Marat right there. He really almost closed that round out, but Jim with a solid aim. Jim doing really well for the Austrian team right now. He's definitely been the star in his last few rounds. I'm going to spectate Willy because I think it's him failing that's giving Austria these chances to run. But as I speak Jim's praise, he is going to get picked up by the nade. Zoldra's going to pick up Kazamo though. Lots of fighting in and around that B site. Let's switch over to Milk. He's got that shotgun. He really could do some damage here. XX is going to get dropped by Tuxti. Milk is going to pick up Tuxti though in return. Milk is going to pick up Malazdi as well. And he's going to team kill Slave. Oh my god. Finally gets some kills and then kills his teammate. Oh Jesus. Let's switch over to Marat, who's actually pushed around towards this MG garden. He's going to get tagged up from the back of that spawn house. I think that's Milk that's going to tag him up. Milk is going to push in towards him though. Marat's got to be careful he doesn't get picked up here. He's going to have a little shotgun battle around the spawn house. Willy's going to pick up the kill onto Milk though. And they know where Zodja is, unfortunately. Let's switch over to Willy. He's just going to be watching that cross, stopping Zodja getting across, but Zodja is going to manage to do it. He's going to get in towards that MG garden, but Marat's very smartly not going to go for the bomb, just going to pick him off as he tries to get across. And that's going to be the half. 7-5 for France there, but props to Austria. They definitely brought that back from the brink. It was, I think it was about 5-1 at one point, so.
I agree on that they pulled us one back. But really, Milko is my hero of the last round. But I was expecting him, and I can imagine why he stopped. He was walking through the alley, he didn't see a thing, and he couldn't walk anymore backwards. Something was blocking him, and then it was just a reflex shot. And shooting his own teammate.
It happens, you know, he's only human. But it's going to be interesting to see if Austria can get back this deficit in the first few rounds of this second half. I think that Austria need to come out the blocks pretty strong here, take the first few, maybe try and stop France getting a few more rounds on top of the ones they've already got. And be interesting to see how France are going to play this one though. Whether they're going to try and go for the cross, because I know that Austria don't actually have a dedicated sniper player on their team. I think Jim was actually using it in the start of the German team there, and he really wasn't doing very well. He actually did pretty well when he switched out the MP44, but I'm not sure who's using it right now for Austria.
At the moment.
Let's spectate him. Let's spectate Slave in first round and see if he can do some damage to this French team. For this second half, spectating Slave as he's just going to do the normal thing, look out towards that B tank. I think he's not really going to see anyone. Smoke is going to come out though, it's going to be a pretty fast snipe there from Team France. He's not going to see anyone on the cross, he's going to almost team kill Milk as he tries to run across. Switch over to Marabi, he's actually pushed right up into this garage, he's going to pick up the first kill onto Milk, going to try and dodge some nades. Malachi is going to get picked up by Zodja though with that nade. Marata's hair players around him though. The French players need to push together though. One of the French players is just going to tag up Slave as he's just going to drop Morat with an excellent little landscape. Slave is covered by Jim. Willie's going to pick up Slave though, nice little shot. They don't actually know that where Jim is hiding. Austria with a very strong control of the spawn house right now, but there's no one on this B site though, so they've got to be careful. Actually Jim does have a nade, so they could go for this bomb. Tac nade here. Looks like they are going to get spotted by Kazama, who's going to get picked up, and the call is going to go out that neither of them are on this site. And I would expect Willie to go for this defuse here, but Jim does have the nade, so there we go. He's going to pick up the kill onto Willie. Tuxi is going to pick up XX, but it's not going to matter because the bomb is going to explode, and it's going to be another round for Team Austria. Pretty convincing there. They played pretty smartly. They held onto that nade. They knew that France didn't really have the time to get into the site, so pretty smart play there. But
yeah.
France went really aggressive, and Morat managed to get the opening kill, and then his teammates were nowhere to be seen. So let's go to Slave. Go for it.
Let's switch over to Slave, but he got instantly dropped by Willie. Let's switch over to Kizi Semo Ruben, that is sitting on this B side with the MP44. He is the one that needs to keep this B side locked down, and because Team Austria has this player advantage. But not anymore, because Team France makes their own team kill, and Slave gets kicked by losing key packets, but he was already dead. So it's now a 4 versus 4, but still, few people of Team France are sitting on this B side, and B side is locked down. So let's switch over to Jim. Let's see if he's gonna go for this B push, throws out the wall nade, but doesn't seem a hit or attack at all. So he knows now that there's no one at the wall, so it's gonna be or office or a dark room or at the car. And meanwhile Toxia gets a kill on Milk, and that means it's now a 4 versus 3. And Toxia with another kill, well played by him. And Kazamo on Soja, and that means it's now a 4 versus 1 in favor of Team France. And they got this round probably already locked down, or is the XX going huge for his team again? He gets the first kill, knows that there's one MG, is fully tagged up. Knows there's one MG, one B. He only needs to know where one more player is, and he's behind him. Unlucky for the XX, but well played by Team France. They were on this B side, and when they were on this B side, Team Austria couldn't push, and they got the round.
Yeah, smart play by Tuxi there. Jim used his nade on that wall, and as soon as he did that, Tuxi just ran in and filled the spot. So because he knew that they couldn't get him out of it, managed to pick up the kill onto Jim and close that round out. Let's switch over to Zodja now. He's got the shotgun. Team Austria. Milk is going to drop Kazamo, but get killed by Morat in return. Dodger's going to run into this eye. He's going to get dropped by Tuxi with a nice little rifle shot out of that alley. Let's switch over to Tuxi now, who's managed to get into that dark room again. He's going to spot a player by that wall. He's not going to take any damage though. He does only have that Car 98 in hand. He's going to get picked up. Nice little headshot through the wall. Mazda is going to pick up XJX in return though. And France are still going to have a pretty strong hold on this site. looks like my game just tabbed out. Looks like Mlajde is going to have a little bit of a firefight. He's going to pick up the headshot with the Jim though, and it's all going to be on Slave. So he's going to get the kill into Moran, but get picked up by Willie in return, and that's going to be 9-6. And yeah, France looking like they're starting to run away with this one, Davey.
Yeah, I agree on that. They take the rounds now, and let's follow over to Le Willy. He's playing phenomenal for his team at the moment and is top fragment of the server. And he gets the kill onto the scope and Xamo on the XX, but XX replies with a nade kill onto that as well. But it's again a 4 versus 3. And is Team France going to be able to pull this one off? Team Austria really needs this round. But if I see the spots of Austria, they have pretty good spots. And probably Zocha is gonna get a kill now, and there it goes. Le Willy is going down for Team France. Is going down for Team France. That means it's now a 3 versus 3. Jim spotted one. And Zoja with the kill onto Mra. And Austria is getting this round totally back. And it's now a 3 versus 2. What can they do? Milket in the meanwhile dropped by Malaysia. That means it's now a 2 versus 2. What can they do? What can they do? The plant is going off for Team Austria. Let's switch over to Jim, because Malaysia gets a fucking nice kill through the window. And now what can Jim do for his team? Is he gonna jump around the corner? He hears one in his back. For sure, and they're both there. So what is he gonna do? It's APC plant, so they probably don't think, okay, he's coming through the back. He spotted one, and is he gonna get the kill? No, he gets pistoled down by Xamo. What was that then? And he got dropped. And that means it's again 10-6. I thought Austria was getting this round back, Waller, but they completely screwed it up again.
Yeah, Austria got very, very awesome. They got very, very poor control of the B site right now. I think the French players are just sort of running in. They're just hanging around in the B tank, and as soon as they know that Austria have used their nades, they're gonna run into the site. Looks like Kazamo is gonna get picked up by XX pretty early though. That's gonna be good for them. But again, the French players are just running into this B site. And Marat's going to pick up Slay with the nade. Zodra is going to pick up Malasje though, but Marat again has got him behind them here. He's going to get the kill onto Jim. Zodra is going to get the kill onto Tuxti though, so it's going to be a 3-on-2 now. William Marat still alive for Team France. Marat has got in behind XX here, so Zodra's got to be careful. He's actually completely missed Marat, but Marat is going to get the kill. Pretty smart little avoidance there, but they don't actually know where XX is. He could do some damage here, but he does give his position away with the noise. Milk going to pick up Marat though. It's all going to be on Willie, who's got that sniper, so probably not the best gun for attacking this B site. Milk does have the grease gun, so I can expect him just to shoot all his bullets and hope. It's like Willie is just going to miss that nose scope and try and run away. It looks like he's going to go in with the pistol. Hope for the headshot. But Milk is very smart, he's going to keep him suppressed with that gun. Willie's going to pick up the shot through the window though. I think Milk really should have tried and played a bit safer there, wait for XX to back him up. Willie does not have time on his side right now, he's going to go for the real defuse though. Looks like XX probably is going to have time to pick him up, but Willie's just going to release it. And that is going to be a very smartly played round from Austria there. XX, you know, he sort of sat in there, let his teammates die, but at the end of the day he picked up the round, so well played by him. And I have to say there's a lot of holes in this Austrian team's defences, because the French players are just sort of running into this B site, and the Austrians are so worried about it that Marat is getting through into their spawn house nearly every round. So let's switch over to him this round. He did pretty well last round. See what he can do with that shot. Again, looks like he's just gonna just like that set nade. They switched up sniper though, Team Austria. Jim is gonna drop Tuxti as he tries to get across. But again, these French players are just running in towards this B site. Marat has pushed right into towards this spawn house again. He does hear a player around him. Kazaro's going to pick up Slave though in that B site. Marat's going to pick up Jim though, sorry. Again, these French have got hold of this B site. There is a player in that office, that's going to be Milk. He's going to get dropped out. And it's all going to be on XX and Zodja. Zodja's going to pick up Marat though. He's going to get dropped by Xamo as he tries to pick out over the wall. XX is actually pushed around and towards this A. Let's switch over to him. Willie does know he's there though, because he's heard him. He hears him running around. And he's called out to his French teammates. Looks like Kazamo is going to pick up the kill. and that's going to be the 11th round for Team France, when it's only 7 in return from Team Austria. Maybe.
Yeah, I think Team Austria need to do something, and they need to do it now. So let's switch over to the XX that is top tracking for his team. What is he gonna do? He's just gonna pre-fire the cross and get the hit. Unlucky that he couldn't reply with the second bullet and got the kill. He's just throwing out the nade, and again France is crossed, and again they're beginning with the opening kill, and again a kill after that. It's not looking good for Austria at all. And if you ask me, Milk didn't pay attention too much this round, but unlucky Team France got a losing key package, and that means it's now a 2 versus 2. Let's switch over to Slave. That is gonna push over in this B side maybe. But there are 2 people off France in this B side, but Willy is sitting in his dark room and just checking the cross to A and to spawn. Because Milk is moving over to this A side. And they need to keep it because they know we're both on B side, maybe one is checking cross. If they plant A, we're pretty much fucked. And there it goes. Now Milk is gonna cross, is really gonna see it. No, he didn't see it. So that means they can easily get the plant off, and they're both on this B side. And there it goes, there goes the plant. And now they hear it and they need to switch over. Willy throws out this nade, but doesn't get the kill. So let's switch over to Milk, sorry Rowan, to Milk. That is gonna soon be in the action. He is checking to this spawn backside and really is moving over to there. But in the meanwhile, Malaysia is coming through this mid street. If Milk just peeks one time to the right, he gets the easy kill. Is he gonna peek? No, he just waits patiently. And there he spots one, gets the tag up. And Slave gets the kill. Now it's all up to Malaysia, and Slave gets another kill. Well played by Slave. I think that was a good round of Austria, while they played very patiently until they saw them and they both spotted and they both get a kill. So
yeah, I
very
think both those players have been a little bit unlucky throughout this game, and they're just showing they are actually quality players picking up that round. Switch over to Slave, who's actually dropped the sniper. He did pretty well. Looks like Austria are going to go for this fast A rush though. Zama's going to drop Milk, and Tuxti is going to drop Jim though. Really not working out for them. Slave going to miss about 1 million bullets into Willy there, and Willy's going to pick up Zodja. Slave is going to pick up the return kill though. It looks like they are going to push around in towards this A site. The French players know that they're doing that though, and Murat has actually pushed right around behind them. Slave is going to pick up Malaysia though. Probably a little bit silly to peek there. He could have just stayed in and let them run past him. Tucci's going to pick up the lovely shot onto Slave though, and it's all going to be on XX. He's actually done one over on Murat and managed to get behind him. I don't actually know that they know he's there. They think he's around the A site somewhere, so he could get the fake round and get around towards this B site. But they're being very smart though, France, and just holding their spots, which is something that I think, David, that the Austrian team didn't do on defence in situations like this. They were just sort of running around hoping for the kills.
I agree on that. Their team play seemed to be far from we saw in Valenti, you know?
Yeah. Let's see what they can do now. Mirage is holding that spot. XX has got plenty of time to work with here, since neither of the French players are near, and they are both just holding that spawn house, which is a pretty smart thing to do on Burgundy with just the 2 of you alive. Looks like XX is going to manage to get around towards this B site here, though. He's got a lot of things to check. So if he goes for the real plant now, he could get this and get the advantage in this round. I think it's one of the things you don't really want to do. You've got places to check. He's only got 15 seconds left. It's now going to be 10 seconds. He's going to go for the safe plant now, which I'm not sure is the smartest thing to do, because Murat, the shotgun, is still alive. And it looks like he's just going to sit in around this B site. He hears both the players coming though. He's going to get the drop on one of them, but Murat is very smart and just going to pick up the kill. I think they kind of baited the jump there, that knowing that Murat was alive, they had that shotgun power. And that XX is going to spend a lot of time to not get the round.
And that means it's already a draw for Team France. They're playing very well, you know. And I think we said it wrong, Wallert. I think France is actually gonna get this. But let's switch over to Willy. Let's see if he can get that kills to get the last round for his team. But in the meanwhile, Jim kills Malaysia. That means we got an advantage for Austria, but Oh my god. Franz Tokscher begins with 2 kills onto this B side again. Very well played by him. And is this then gonna be the last round that France needed? No, because they're instantly getting 2 kills in reply, and that means it's now a 3 versus 2 in favor of Team Austria. And Slave gets a nice headshot, and that means it's all left to Murat. What can he do for his team? There's not much going on at the moment. You hear them jumping off and they're just basically sitting next to each other. But he didn't spot him behind the tree. Very well played by the XX, and this got to be a round for Team Austria. No, because Murat gets the first nice headshot. But is he gonna get the other 2 as well? Is he gonna jump in with the shotgun on his right? No, he gets dropped by Zocha. Well played by Austria. They need the last rounds. The last 3 rounds actually to get it a draw. They can't win anymore.
Yeah, I think that France are actually through in this tournament. To be honest, actually no. I think that if France win this game, then Germany are out. So we'll have to see. Looks like Mlachi is going to pick up Milk though early in this round, and Willie is going to pick Slave. So that's going to be 2 kills down for Austria, which they can ill afford to lose. Zodra is going to get picked up by the B players from France, and it's all going to be on Jim and XX. XX is actually horribly out of position here. He's going to get tagged up by the machine gun, and he's going to pick up the kill though with Willie with a nice little shot over the wall. Let's switch over to Jim, who's actually in the thick of it right now. He's getting rushed by Murat. Murat's going to pick up the kill. XX is going to get his 2nd kill of the round though onto Tukchi, and it's all going to be on him. He's going to shoot bullets in towards that spawn house, but I would expect this to be a round for France unless XX can do something pretty special here, Davey. And there we go, that's going to be the round for France and the game. And I have to say that France definitely the stronger team in that one, Davey.
Totally agree on that. I thought they were beginning pretty good, but Austria got it back. And then on this Axis side they were even better, man.
Yeah, well that's the kind of thing. I mean,